Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about brushes, specifically with cleaning brushes. So I did get sent a couple of products from a company called The Brush Bar, and they sent me a couple of products that have to do with actually cleaning your brushes. Now you guys know I do not enjoy cleaning my brushes. I have what seems to be like 1,000 of them. It takes me forever, and I just don't enjoy the process, and it gets pretty disgusting. I'm always looking for things that make the process a lot easier, and I haven't really found anything that has done that. So that's why my brushes get cleaned once in a blue moon. We're done talking about that. They sent me this right here, which is called the brush board. So this is actually like with cleaning your brushes. And then they sent me this right here, which is actually called the brush bar. And this has to do with drying your brushes. I will link everything in the description box below. Even though these products were sent to me, I'm not paid, affiliated, or sponsored in any way. The company just sent these to me out of kindness, which I really, really do appreciate. I'm very grateful. So thank you so much to the brush bar for allowing me the opportunity to try your products. So the first thing I want to talk about is the actual brush board. So this is $28. And it has 6 different textures on this. So what you're supposed to do is just rub your brushes over it, and it's supposed to deep clean more than just like cleaning with your hands. I've seen things like this at Walmart, TJ Maxx, places like that. Usually it's a smaller gadget than this. So when I first started using this, I was kind of curious as to why there were so many textures and what they were each for, because I figured maybe if there were different textures, they were for a different purpose or a different type of brush. It does come with this little like tips chart right here. It just kind of says that they all deep clean and you can just take turns. So it says this is the first ever makeup brush exfoliator, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like exfoliating for your face. So it says it's made of firm material for maximum cleaning power, water pooling sections that cup water for a lasting lather, 6 different textures to scrub between and around the bristles. For the most effective clean, apply a brush cleaner and a splash of water before gently swirling brushes back and forth along the board surface. Can easily be cleaned by running it under warm water and laying it out to dry. Keeps hands clean and dry as you wash your brushes, and it comes with its own velour carrying case, which is right here. This has become a staple in cleaning for me, and like I said, I have seen things like this before at TJ Maxx and Walmart and places like that. I don't know how this compares to those things. I've never tried those, but this seriously cut my cleaning time in half. I honestly was kind of skeptical at first. Like I kind of put off actually using this, and I almost forgot about it when I went to wash my brushes. As soon as I started using this, I mean, the brushes cleaned in less than 10 seconds. Like there was very little work, and I just like flew through all my brushes and cleaned every single brush in my collection in probably about 30 minutes, which is very, very good. That sounds like a very long time, but that's good for the amount of brushes that I have. And I just kind of went back and forth between the different textures, but there are some textures that are pretty pointy, so you do want to be careful with those with like super delicate bristles, because I did find that there were a couple that started shedding because of these. But the lines one, like not the pointy ones, but just like the line texture, these were extremely good for everything. And I know $28 is pretty expensive, and honestly, like without knowing how this worked, I would kind of be like, $28 for something I've never heard of, that's a no-go for me. But after using it just once, I can tell you that I would go out and pay $28 for this thing, because it's kind of like an investment. It's something that you pay for once. It's not gonna break, it's not gonna tear up or anything. I think it's a very, very good size. But what these little textures do is basically like spread the bristles apart to where it really gets down in there in the bristles and cleans it very, very thoroughly. My brushes looked pretty much brand new by the time I got done cleaning them with this. Now I will say what I have learned is that with the pointy textures, these are really, really good for cleaning eyeliner brushes, because eyeliner brushes are a biatch to clean, but these little pointy tips clean those eyeliner brushes like nobody's business. Like with fluffier like crease brushes, I like to go back and forth between the waves and the lines instead of using like the pointy ones. I mean, even then, like if you're very gentle with it, like if you're kind of soft and you don't like, oh, rub it in there really hard, like it's not gonna pull your bristles out. So you just kind of have to figure it out on your own, figure out which one you like the best and what you like each one for. All in all, I think this is a must-have if you have a lot of brushes. Now I will say, if you don't have a whole lot of brushes like me, like if you only have like 10 or so, then something like this probably wouldn't be worth it, because it's not a really big, long, drawn-out process to clean them in the first place. Okay guys, so we're in my bathroom with my special little cameraman. Hopefully he does a good job. I have done a video before on washing my brushes and stuff, so it's pretty much the same little concoction. So here's what one side looks like. This is kind of the side that I like to stick with. It has like the little wavy lines, the straight lines, and then these little like triangular, I don't know, little pokey
kind of things. I don't know. Then on the other side, it's just nothing but little pokey things. So you got one that's a little bit sharper. Actually, both of these are pretty sharp. And then one that's a little bit more flat topped, so it's not going to really damage your brushes as much. But I do like to typically use, like as you can probably see the stains on here, I like to use the pointy ones for eyeliner. I feel like it really gets in there and just kind of scrubs out all the liner on them. But I like to use these wavy ones on the other side. I like to use these mainly for like face brushes and stuff because it's very gentle. And I just kind of go back and forth. So I'm using just some dish soap and some olive oil. I use more dish soap than olive oil, so I would say it's probably like a 3-to-1 ratio. So I do like to use pretty warm water, not too hot, because I don't want to actually like loosen the glue in the brushes, but I don't want to do cold either because then I just don't feel like they really get clean. So here's the first brush that we're going to be working with. It's been through a lot, people, and it is shedding because I think I used a pretty bad brush cleaner on it, so it's never been the same since. But just, if you see bristles falling out, just disregard it. So I'm going to start out with the ones that has the lines on it for this one since it's a face brush. So I'm going to get my brush wet a little bit and then kind of dip it into the concoction. I do like to get the actual brush bar wet first. I'm just going to start on the wavy lines over here and just kind of going back and forth. And I do like to get the sides. I feel like this is really, really good for getting the sides and really just deep cleaning all over. And then I kind of go back and forth with the little, like the pointy ones, like the pointy little triangles, because I feel like those really get deep into the bristle hairs as well. And once the suds are clean, you don't see any more product coming off, you rinse it. And I just kind of rinse it off like so. My hands, minimal pruning. This is the one. This is the eyeliner brush that I use with everything. Also, I just realized that I really like this one over here, like on the little pointy side. I like this one right here where it's a little bit more flat because it's not as hard on the bristles like these little pointy ones are. And I just find that it really gets in there really, really well for eyeliner brushes. So yeah, this one's probably my pick for eyeliner brushes. So here is my foundation brush, which I've used quite a bit. So I'm going to go in the wavy side again. You can also kind of just like hold it flat like this against the sink. And I'm going to go in a little pointy side, but very gently. You just kind of go different directions. You can go up and down, back and forth, whatever floats your boat. There we have it, a super clean foundation brush.
So moving on to the second product that they sent me, this is the actual brush bar. This is $38. So I do want to read to you guys what it says in the description and then we'll get into what it actually looks like. So it says, it's a makeup brush drying tool. It's an innovative design that fastens brushes with bristles pointing down so they keep their shape, last longer, and dry faster. It has 10 prongs in 3 different sizes, 2 small, 6 medium, and 2 large, that hold brushes of any brand, any size. Sleek, compact design is space saving and travel friendly. And again, it comes with its own velour carrying case. So here's what this Mama Jamma looks like. So as you can see, it just looks like a little palette almost. So when you open it up, it's pretty simple. It just has these little prongs in here that pop out like this. So as you can see, it does have 10 different prongs, and again, it has different sizes, large, medium, and small. All you do is find the prong that fits your brush, and it sits upright like this. So all you do is set this on like some kind of surface, whether it be like your dresser or a sink or your countertops, so that when it dries, the water comes out of it instead of going into the brush, because when you sit your brushes upright like this, the water is sinking down into the ferrule and into the bristles, and it's gonna mess up the glue over time in the ferrule, and it's gonna end up breaking your brushes apart, so they're just not gonna last as long. Usually when I dry my brushes, I just lay a towel down against like a wall or something. I just set them upright like this so that the bristles are against the towel and the water's allowed to come out of the bristles. So this does close like this so that you can just sit it against anything. You don't have to leave it open like that. It's very heavy, it's very sturdy. I will say this isn't really a necessity for me because it only holds 10 brushes. I have so many that I'll use this because I have it. I'll use it for like my favorite brushes that I just don't want to get messed up. But when you have as many brushes as I have, this just really isn't useful because it only holds a few brushes. And these prongs just seem kind of loosey-goosey in a way. I don't know if you guys can see, but this one's already stretched out a little bit. It kind of makes me feel like they may break pretty easily because they're pretty, you know, flimsy. I do think this is a very nifty product. It's a very good idea because even the way I dry my brushes, when I'm sitting them on the floor like this, they can lose their shape because they're getting bent. So that gets kind of annoying, especially with fluffier brushes. But $40 for something that only holds 10 brushes, and really there's not a whole lot of science to it. Like, I don't really understand the extreme price of it because it's just a few like cheap little prongs sitting in this little like empty board basically. So I feel like it's very, very overpriced. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I gotta say, I am very excited to actually clean my brushes now because watching them get like super clean with this little brush board is actually pretty rewarding. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe, follow me on all my social media. All the links are below, as well as links to both of these products if you want to check them out, as well as the website. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Mwah.